Prince Harry's request at London Remembrance Day ceremony turned down. During ceremony, Duke of Sussex, Prince Charles and brother Prince William were among those leaving solemn tributes. Prince Harry asked to have a wreath of poppies laid at the National Memorial to those servicemen and women who have fallen. But it was turned down. It is another sign of how much Harry, who served in the army for 10 years, rising to the rank of captain and undertaking 2 tours of duty in Afghanistan, is estranged from the royal family. He and Meghan stepped back from royal duties in March. Harry's request was turned down by courtiers because he no longer represents the family, the Sunday Times, which broke the story, reported. A representative for the Duke of Sussex declined to comment. Buckingham Palace reps had no comment. During ceremony, his father Prince Charles laid a wreath for Queen Elizabeth and one for himself. Harry's brother Prince William was also among those leaving their solemn tributes. Harry would have been in the UK in this period of remembrance if the pandemic hadn't hit all travel plans, and he would have made a tribute of his own alongside some of his military comrades. Instead, he took part in a podcast with other veterans talking about what his uniform meant to him, and poignantly reminisced about what goes through his mind as he stands at the main British memorial to fallen troops. Harry and Meghan also laid flowers and a wreath at the Los Angeles National Cemetery on Sunday. The couple laid flowers that Meghan picked from their garden at the grave sites of 2 Commonwealth soldiers, one who had served in the Royal Australian Air Force and one from the Royal Canadian Artillery. They also placed a wreath at an obelisk in the cemetery that features a plaque that's inscribed, "In memory of the men who offered their lives in defense of their country." Since standing down from the working royal family, Harry has been living in California. But the military community is very much on his mind on this most special weekend in Britain as the sacrifices of millions of service people are remembered. In the podcast Declassified, released, Harry spoke about the British tradition of wearing a poppy in tribute to veterans, and those who have made the ultimate sacrifice, and said he does so for the soldiers I knew, as well as those I didn't. The soldiers who were by my side in Afghanistan, those who had their lives changed forever, and those that didn't come home. I wear it to celebrate the bravery and determination of all our veterans, and their loved ones, especially those in our Invictus family. These are the people and moments I remember when I salute, when I stand at attention and when I lay a wreath at the cenotaph, he shared. And he says that as a father to 1-year-old Archie, he aims to channel the same values instilled in him during his 10-year military career in his civilian life. Service is what happens in the quiet and in the chaos. It's what happens in the darkness. It's what happens when people aren't looking. It's what happens on and off the battlefield. It's about carrying out our duty as soldiers, Harry said. For me as a father, a husband and as a human being, it's about how we uphold these values in every aspect of our lives. Kate Middleton helped support Queen Elizabeth as the royal family paid tribute to fallen servicemen and women in a solemn Remembrance Day ceremony in London. Kate joined Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall and other members of the family on a balcony close to the Queen, 94, as floral wreaths were laid by Prince William, Prince Charles and others in the annual service. Due to the pandemic, members of the public and military families who would normally pack the sideworks of Whitehall were not in attendance. But the royals were determined to go ahead with the scaled-down event, along with senior politicians, to show their respect. This is the 3rd year that the Queen has chosen not to lay a wreath at the ceremony but to hand the duty off to her son and heir, Charles. The Queen's retired husband Prince Philip, who retired from public life in August of 2017 following 64 years of royal service, did not attend. An equerry laid a tribute on the 99-year-old royal's behalf. Earlier, bands of the Household Division played at a socially distanced formation in a parade ahead of the arrival of the small number of veterans allowed to take part. As a medical precaution, the Queen's cousin the Duke of Gloucester and his wife the Duchess were not among the royal party, despite being listed as attending beforehand. About 10,000 people usually gather at the cenotaph each year for the service and the 2-minute silence that takes place at 11 a.m. But this year it was closed to the public. The march past by veterans was also cancelled. But around 30 veterans were invited to the service in a socially distanced pandemic-safe environment. It is also the 100th anniversary of the stone memorial that stands just yards from the Houses of Parliament in the heart of Westminster. Apart from the dates of the two world wars, the monument is inscribed with three poignantly simple words: the glorious dead. Thank you for watching. If you like our video, would you please help us like, share and subscribe our channel. Wish you happy to see our videos. Thank you very much.